Live from the WAME News Center, this is the 6 o'clock news. Iredell County's trusted news leader with Bryson Davis.
Good evening, this is the 6 o'clock news on WAME. I'm Bryson Davis. Iredell County deputies are investigating a late-night shooting that left a juvenile injured and a man facing multiple felony charges. Sheriff Darren Campbell says deputies heard gunshots just after 11:20 Saturday night while conducting a traffic stop on Taylorsville Highway. Deputies responded to the area of Absher Farm Loop where a vehicle was found with bullet holes in a broken glass. Nearby, 5 juveniles were located, one suffering from a gunshot wound to the leg. The injured juvenile was taken to Wake Forest Baptist Hospital and remains hospitalized. Investigators say the juveniles were driving through the neighborhood when shots were fired at their vehicle. Craig Stephen Mason later identified himself as the shooter, telling deputies he fired at the vehicle after being awakened by loud noises. Mason has been charged with multiple felony offenses, including assault with a deadly weapon and discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle. He was arrested Monday and denied bond. The investigation remains ongoing. Beginning January 1st of 2026, obtaining a certified copy of an adoptive birth certificate in North Carolina became easier and more accessible. Under a new state law, registers of deeds in all North Carolina counties were authorized to issue certified copies of adoptive birth certificates. Previously, adoptees could only obtain those documents through the North Carolina Office of Vital Records in Raleigh. The law allowed certified copies to be issued to the adoptee's children, adoptive parents, and certain family members, including a spouse, brothers, or sisters. State officials said privacy protections remain firmly in place. Original birth certificates issued before adoption, along with all adoption records, remained sealed and were not eligible for public inspection or release. To support implementation of the law, the North Carolina Office of Vital Records provided adoption security training to registers of deeds and their staff statewide. The training covered proper insurance procedures, confidentiality requirements, privacy safeguards, secure handling of records, and updated standards for electronic access and digitization. Officials say the change modernized access to vital records while continuing to protect sensitive adoptive information. For the first time in history, Republicans have officially outnumbered Democrats in North Carolina voter registrations. How big of a shift is this, and what could it mean for the 2026 elections? Coming up after the break.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
For the first time in North Carolina history, Republican voter registrations have surpassed Democrats, according to the State Board of Elections. Republicans now hold a narrow registration advantage of just over 2,000 voters, while unaffiliated voters continue to be the state's fastest growing group, nearing 3 million registrations. State data shows North Carolina has more than 7.6 million registered voters, with about 38% unaffiliated, and Republicans and Democrats each accounting for just over 30%. Political control has shifted significantly over the past decade. Republicans now hold majorities in both chambers of the General Assembly, while executive offices are evenly split between the parties. Both state and national political leaders say North Carolina remains a closely watched battleground as the 2026 election cycle approaches. Family Care Center of Taylorsville has welcomed Jenny Reed to its behavioral health team. Reed is now accepting new adolescent and adult patients. She brings a compassionate, structured approach to care, focusing on trust, understanding, and individualized treatment plans. Reed says her goal is to create a safe space where patients feel heard and supported from the very first visit. Reed uses a variety of evidence-based therapies, including cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, attachment-based therapy, client-centered therapy, and trauma-focused therapy. Officials at family care centers say Reed's experience strengthens their commitment to comprehensive mental health care in the Taylorsville community. Patients interested in appointments can contact the center directly for more information. The Carolina Panthers are heading to the playoffs for the very first time since 2017, who they'll face in the wild card round, and what fans can expect at their first home playoff game in over a decade coming up.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Big news for local football fans tonight. The Carolina Panthers have clinched the NFC South Division title and are headed to the NFL playoffs for the first time since 2017. Thanks to tiebreakers and a key Falcons victory in Week 18, Carolina secured the division crown despite an 8-9 record. Now the Panthers are preparing for their wild card playoff game at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, where they will host the Los Angeles Rams this Saturday at 4:30. Carolina already beat the Rams earlier this season in Charlotte, and fans are excited about the team's first home playoff game in over a decade. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Bryson Davis. Tune in for the latest news every weeknight at 6 p.m. on WAME.
Stay informed. Stay ahead. WAMEnews.com. Social and on air.